Well. Hello, family. Um, First, just want to say thank you for the few people who was checking in, see how I was doing. Been struggling with Bell's palsy uh, for most of the year. Um, don't really want to go into all what Bell's palsy is. You can just Google it, or maybe some of you guys know. Um, but I'm getting back to full strength, I would say now. Um, and yeah, so we're here. Much later after the game, had to do some running around, so I'm back, and I just wanted to say I wanted to get on here and talk about the game. We all know these two clubs have a history of really classic games. Most of them have been, sort of yesteryear, a while back. And I think today's game is a sign that it could be even more crazy games. Not even just so much how the game went and how it ended, but just some of the interactions throughout the game, some of the calls and some of the fouls. And so this could be one to look out for moving forward. But shout out to all the Liverpool fans. And I won't mention channels and all that because I don't need to take shots at anybody. But a lot of us as supporters are so quick to just give up. I was watching a particular channel earlier, and again, I won't say the name, but some of the things that were said in that first half. And I know, look, it's disappointing how things went, the red card, just the overall play, let's be honest about that. Because it's easy to talk about refs, but we should really just talk about our performance in the first half. Throughout the game, really, until Darwin Nunez came on the pitch. Let's be real. So that still needs to change. And, although this game feels good because we got the win, of course, here we are with, Van Dijk out for a red card suspension, and Konate, I don't know what his timetable is. But look, let's talk about the positives. I'm going to just jump right to Nunez, and then maybe I'll get back to some other things in the game. There was a moment earlier when he came into the game, where there was a pass to him and he took a really bad touch. And I think probably in unison, there's a group of fans who were thinking, oh, see, this is why he doesn't play. He's no good, whatever. Big up Darwin Nunez for staying mentally focused. You know what I mean? Because that could have ruined him. You know what I mean? He's not starting in any of these games. It's 3 games in, there's no starting. Better believe he'll be starting the next game. I wouldn't be surprised. But there's so many things that can affect this. He's still a young player. And to have that mistake, the bad touch, and, being a guy who, at the end of the day, he's the one given the challenge or the job to come and change a game, So to have that bad touch and then to come back and not only, get us even with Newcastle, because that would have sort of been enough the way the game had gone. To salvage a point out of the game would have been, you could appreciate that. But to get the winner, I mean, they were almost sort of identical moments. All 3. The one we had the bad touch, same area of the pitch. The second goal and the third. Slightly different, all of them, but similar. You know what I mean? And shout out to Jota as well for coming on and just being amazing when he came on, I thought. Incredible. Some of the passes he was doing. That's what Jota gives us. But, Nunez, man, just really stepped up big today. And I think this game, no matter what happens, is going to be quite memorable for him, but also for the club in this season, because as the season is going so far, a loss in this game would have been a big blow. Let's not make any, mistake about it. A loss today would have been a big blow. You got teams like West Ham who are doing their thing. City, of course. United came back from being down. Arsenal are still a team that is in the conversation, although I don't know about Arsenal. Let's put it like that. But Spurs are doing pretty decent. So, again, dropping points, draw or a loss, particularly a loss, but even a draw, although you prefer that over the loss, it just wouldn't have been great. So just a big comeback. And we seem to do this against Newcastle. We've had a history of having these sort of moments against them. So shout out to the team for just doing their thing. The guy, former Liverpool player, I guess youth player, Gordon gets the goal for them, and I'm sure that felt great. We just shambolic in that first half. And I'm going to say this. I think, for me, the sending off was warranted. And look, if it was the other way around, we would have wanted the same thing. Let's be real. It's because it's us. We look at it differently. you can't go through a guy's ankle to get the ball. And I think the first couple of replays, it looked like he got the ball, but he got the guy's ankle too. And it's a red card. And let's be honest, we dodged the bullet with Trent. Trent should have been sent off. You don't have to agree with me. He should have been sent off. He should know the rules. The one where he threw the ball, sure, call it soft or whatever, but that's a rule, which he should know. Heat of the game, things happen, whatever, but you got to be more composed. This is the vice captain. You got to do better. You know, you got to do better. And then that foul on Gordon, not too long after he got the yellow card, he should have been sent off. And people will say maybe that's what the refs sent Van Dijk off for, because he feel like he should have sent Trent off. He's got to be fair. We're at Tyneside, whatever. So I don't know. But at the end of the day, overall, it just wasn't a great performance today. The second half, we were better. And obviously, towards the end, we were much better. But the thing about throwing the towel in so early, like some fans do, is like, I know we were winning in the game last week, and so maybe that's different. But we also went down to 10, and we still scored a goal. When you go down to 10 that early in the game, it's never over. It's never over. There's plenty of time, and we are Liverpool, so it's just it's kind of cringy to see people just bow their heads so early. Look, I thought we'd at least get a goal in this game. As bad as we were, I just thought we would. The more chances that we got. If we really, you know, put our minds to it, we could get a goal. To win it is just, it ended up being a very beautiful Sunday, as opposed to being disappointing and then having to wait the whole week for the next game. So just proud of the team for being mentally tough. You know what I mean? There were so many things that went on in that game. So many calls that went against us. So many times, Joe Linton of many players who were able to just foul left, foul right, and not get anything for it. It was just beautiful. It was beautiful to win the game like that, to see all the Newcastle fans doing this to Darwin when they should be, you know, doing it to themselves. It's just a beautiful moment, and you feel so good for Darwin Núñez. He's had to wait his turn and be a guy to come off the bench and give us a spark, and he did that today, and it was a beautiful thing to see. So just proud of the boys, because, again, this could have been a crushing blow to drop points here. We didn't. We found a way to get the win, and that's really all that matters. So, look, it's good to be back, guys. I will be back consistently now. Like I said, my health is much better. And, you know, what a way to come back. What a game to come back on. And, again, shout out to the guys who left comments and sort of looking for me and wondering if I'm all right. That really means a lot, man. And this is why I sort of love the sort of community we've kind of built. If you want to call it that, I think it's a beautiful thing that guys really, you know, sometimes you make content and stuff, you don't really think, you know, that people care that much, but it's just nice for a few of you to really, to reach out and be concerned like that. So I am back, videos every game in between, whatever. I'll come back another time to talk about transfers and all of that. I'm actually watching replays now just to see, and I didn't get to see the interview with Klopp or the players because I had to do some running around, so I'm gonna check that out. But much love to all of you guys, and I'm glad we were able to just end up having a good Sunday, man, because we were all over the place, and I know the fan base was going crazy on social media and all that. Even us watching the game, I was pretty calm because I'm at a point now where, you know, yeah, Liverpool not doing well bothers me, but not nearly as much as they did once upon a time. I try to just like sort of get out of football when it's not making me happy, but couldn't be more proud. Ended up being a good weekend of football in general. A lot of good games on, and of course for us to pull that out. Big up Darwin Núñez. That's all I can really say. Need to see more from our new DM. Looks like the game kind of runs him by a lot. I know it's only 2 games, one off the bench, one starting. So I'm not, you know, saying he's garbage or it's only 2 games, and I think he'll definitely get better. Some good things I saw from him, but a lot of the times it was just like the game was just passing him by. So big up to the young center back that came in too. That's a big moment to be in, and to be a part of that comeback is big for him. Big up to our keeper. If he ain't the best goalkeeper in the world, I really don't know who is. I really don't know who is. I mean, just saving our ass so many times, because that game could have got out of hand in that first half. So again, big up to the guys for just keeping their mental toughness, staying together, and finding a way to get all 3 points. Love you guys, man.